Okay, good morning. So for today's topic, this is actually connected with division of polynomials and factor and remainder theorem. Now, in this kind of topic, medyo kakaiba siya ng konti, pero it is also connected with the previous topics that we have. Okay? So please bear with me para at least alam natin. So the topic that we have right now is factoring polynomials. So I know all of you understand the word factoring. Okay, so pag sinabi natin factoring, we are actually looking for a factor that consists on the certain polynomials. Okay, so pag sinabi natin polynomials, so mamaya i-review natin, but in a layman's term, pag sinabi natin poly, that is many. Nomial means terms. So pag pinagsama mo yun, many terms. So we are looking for a factor of a certain polynomials. Okay, so before we start, I am teaching grade 10 mathematics, and by the way, my name is Sir Mark Moika, and hopefully that this lesson blog will teach you how to factor a certain polynomials. Okay, so pag masyado mabilis, ganun sinasabi ko, balik-balikan lang to, panoorin, and you should try it so that the learning process na ituturo ko sa inyo ay mag-retain sa brain ninyo kasi factoring polynomials is just like that. Parang nanonood ka lang ng sine and then okay na. No. Once na nakita mo siya, you have to apply it. Okay? So let's proceed. So before we start with the main topic, let's try to have a review. So in review, what is the definition of polynomials? Okay, ano ba yung polynomials? The definition itself. Okay, it is an expression consisting of variables, also called as indeterminates. Okay, bakit sinabing pag variables indeterminate? Ibig sabihin, the variables is hindi pare-pareho ang value niyan. Okay, it might be the value ng variables natin ngayon is 1, tomorrow magbabago na. So hindi mo ma-determine. So indeterminates ang tawag doon. And coefficient that involves only the operation of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and non-negative exponentials of variables. So pag sinabi natin polynomials, just like the past lesson na meron tayo, so kailangan ang exponent niya ay hindi negative. Okay, tatandaan yan. At the same time, wala tayong denominator na variables kasi hindi yan consider as polynomials. And also, pag nandoon na sa loob mismo ng equation, pag may radical tayo and then variables magkasama, hindi ko consider na polynomials din yun. Okay, so in the latter part, we will discuss that one further. But without further ado, I want you to identify first the terms na meron tayo in polynomials. Okay, ano ba yung mga terms? Okay, so polynomials, terms are more visible kasi dito natin maniname o makikilala ang certain polynomials. Whether binomial, trinomial, quadrinomial, okay? So kung ano man yung terms na meron tayo, okay? So let's try to identify the two equation or the two polynomials na meron tayo dito. Okay? So x plus 3. Let's try to discuss this one. So let's himay-himayin natin anong meron kay x plus 3. Okay, syempre, we have the x and also we have the 3. So yung x and then 3 natin, sa totoo lang, pag inanalyze natin yan, how many terms na nakita ninyo? Syempre, this is obvious to have two terms. And what do we call these two terms? Since 2, ang term natin dyan is binomial. Okay? Don't get me wrong, we are just reviewing this one. Alam ko yung iba alam na nito, pero for the sake of learners na hindi pa alam, so ito yun. Okay? So let's try to have the second polynomials. So we have identified first 2x squared, negative x, positive 3. Sir, bakit yung negative x kino-consider? Kasi kinukuha natin yung sign kasama siya dun sa pagdi-distinguish ng terms natin. Tatandaan niyo, yung definition natin, coefficient that involves only the operation of addition, subtraction, and the non-negative integers. Okay? So, kasama siya, operation. So, So, sir, bakit yung 2x squared is positive yan? Bakit walang plus? It is understood. Ganun din ang 3. It is understood. Pag wala ka nilagay na any operation aside from negative, consider kagad natin that is a positive. Kaya magiging, please be more careful on identifying these terms. Okay? So how many terms do you see? Of course, it's obvious. We have 2x squared. There's 1, 2. And then we have 3 terms. And what do we call these 3 terms? 3 terms is what we call the trinomial. Okay, but binomial and trinomial is under the definition of polynomial. Okay po ba? So I hope that is clear to you. Okay, so let's proceed. So let's have the definition of factoring polynomials. Okay, it's a process of decomposing a polynomial into a product of 2 or more polynomials. So pag sinabi mong decompose, hinihimay-himay natin. Saan ba nagmula si polynomial? Ano ba yung mga product? Ano ba yung mga polynomials na pag pinag-multiply mo, it will resolve to a certain polynomial na napakahaba. Okay? So dito, dinidecompose natin. Hinihimay-himay natin sila. Okay? So, before we indulge with the factoring of polynomials, let's try to discuss the special product. Kasi baka mamaya ma-encounter nyo to. I know some of you understand this, but for the benefit of those na hindi pa rin naiintindihan or may slight pa rin silang, tawag nito, slight, hindi naman amnesia, slight lack of remembrance siguro about this one. It's a good thing to discuss this one with them. Okay? So the different square, pag sinabi natin different square, this is actually x squared minus 9. Bakit siya sinabing different square? Kasi yung x plus 3 and x minus 3, they are actually both the same because of the variables and the constant of x, the variables of x, and the constant of 3. But notice about the operation. Okay, yung operation na nagsisignal, isa positive, x plus isa negative. Kaya siya naging different square kasi magkaiba sila ng sign. Okay po ba yun? Alright. Now, but the operation na meron sila, in order for us to come up with x squared minus 9 is multiplication. Okay po. Now, pag sinabi mong square of a sum, ibig sabihin, it is x squared plus 6x plus 9 is equal to x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 3. So, you notice, magkapareho ng sign. The same variables, the same constant, the same identification, okay, ng binomials na meron tayo. Okay? So, itong square of sum has a trinomial. Itong different of squares has a binomial. Kung i-analyze mo, yung x squared minus 9 is a binomial. X squared plus 6x plus 9 is a trinomial. Okay? But, yung product o yung factor na meron sila is actually para halos pareho lang. Nagkaiba lang sila sa sign. Okay? Ng positive and negative. Okay? So, next. How about square of difference? Okay, pag sinabi mo square of difference, that is, syempre, x squared minus 6x plus 9. But notice that ang nangyari ay square sila, but the same negative. Kung kanina square of sum, ito square of difference. Okay, so huwag kayo malilito. Pag x minus 3, pag both of negative, the same variables, the same constant, and then parehong negative, that is square of difference. Okay? Next. Involving cubes. Actually, this is special. Kaya nga pag sinabing special product, ito na yung pinaka-simplification. Baka mamaya bigla kasing ma-encounter nyo to. At least, you know now what to do. So, pag sinabi mong involving cubes of difference, this is x cubed minus 81. So, pag hinimay-himay natin yan, it has a factor of x minus 3 and x squared plus 3x plus 9. So meaning, ang factor ng x cubed minus 81 is consists of binomial and trinomial. Okay? So pag yan ay minatikmatik mo, yung x is dinistribute sa x squared plus 3x plus 9 and yung negative dinistribute sa x squared plus 3x plus 9, you will come up with x cubed minus 81. Okay? Please take note of that. and also involving cubes of sum. So pag sinabing sum, that is x cubed plus 81. So notice halos magkapareho lang sila. Okay, magkapareho lang sila ng difference. But the only difference silang dalawa, yung x cubed minus 81, yung isa naman x cubed plus 81. And you notice yung sa difference, x minus 3 sa sum, x plus 3. At yung trinomial nila, nagpapalit lang yung negative tsaka positive. So, maging maingat lang kayo dito. So, you can use this one just a sort of recalling from the past lessons or the past level na dinaanan nyo na to. Okay? Kasi baka kasi lumabas ito, at least you know how to factor this one. Okay? So, the factor of x cubed plus 81 is a binomial of x plus 3 and a trinomial of x squared minus 3x plus 9. Okay, so let's proceed now with the lesson proper. So let's discuss this lesson, the factoring polynomial, by means of cases. Kasi maraming cases na kailangan natin consider. Okay? So the first case is 15x squared minus 16x plus 4. So yung iba dito pag nakita ang 15x, ako masakit pa agad sa ulo and then 4. So ang gawin natin, himay-himay natin kung paano ba ginagawa o paano ba hinahanap ang factors nito. The first one is to look on the first term. Okay? So, ang first term natin has a factor of 5x, 3x, 15x, and 1. So, sir, paano mo na-identify? Simple lang. Ano ba yung factor ng 15? Di ba? 5 and 3. Nagmula ang 15 sa 5 times 3. Ano pa ba? 15 times 1. Aside dun sa dalawang binanggit ko, wala nang iba. Not unless if you have something in your mind, well, you have to comment on this lesson blog in order for me to identify, pwede pala yan. Pero yung iba naman, ginagamitan ng radicals, pwede rin yun. Like square root of 15 multiplied by square root of 15. So, factors niya is both square root of So, naiintindihan ko rin yun. But this time, since we are not dealing with radicals, so kailangan whole number lang tayo. So, those are the factors of 15. Okay? Now, let's have 4. Okay, ano ba yung factor ng 4? Siyempre, alam na yung iba niyan, 2 times 2, 4 and 1. Okay, so the big difference here is, paano ba natin malalaman yung sa middle term? Since na-identify natin dalawang factors. Dito, I suggest na you do the trial and error process. Okay, trial and error lang. Ano ba yung trial and error? Pagsamahin lang natin. Okay, for example, 5x, 3x, itry natin sa 2 times 2. Yung 5x, 3x times natin sa 4 and 1. So meaning, let's try to work with ano ba yung tama na pwede natin gamitin dito. Okay? Kaya 15x, multiply mo 15x plus 2 times x plus 2, ganun. 15x minus 2 times x minus 2, or the other way out, 15x plus 2, x minus 2, or 15x plus 2, minus 2, x plus 2. Pan-multiply mo. Okay, so that you can understand kung paano. Pero since this is a lesson vlog, medyo dadalian lang natin ng konti. So ako na mismo gagawa ng cheat niyan. So ang napili ko is 5x and 3x and sa kabila is 2 and 2. Okay, bakit kaya iyon? Okay, ganito lang ang scenario ko yan. Yung 2, pag minultiply ko kay 5, 10. Tama? Yung 3, minultiply ko kay 2, 6. So pag pinagsama ko yung 10 plus 6, 16. Kaya sila yung napili ko. Ganun lang kasimple yun. Okay? So ang problema is kung ano ang ating operation to be used. So ang gagawin ko lang is ganyan. 5x minus 2, 3x minus 2. Okay? Naintindihan nyo na. So ang ginawa ko, that is negative 10x plus negative 6x. Okay? And then, that is negative 16x. So, alam ko na kung saan nanggaling ang 5x. So, ang tanong dyan, ano ba yung magiging factors natin? Alright? So, the answer, the factors of 15x squared minus 16x plus 4 is, since I have two positive 5x and 3x, and then nakita ko both of negative, pwede natin ganyan ang factor ko. Okay, 5x minus 2 because of 5x minus 2 there, and 3x minus 2 because of 3x minus 2 over there. Okay, so I hope this one helps you how to identify kung paano hanapin ang factors. Okay, let's have another case na meron tayo. Case number 2. Okay, so case number 2, this is 8x minus 10x minus 3. Oops, take note. 8 and 3. So let's try to find the 8x squared. Ano factor niyan? It may be 4x and then 2x, 8x and x. Okay? The other one is you have 3 and 1. Wala ka na ibang choice dyan, kundi 3 and 1 lang. Okay. The next is how to identify. So, ang gawin mo, you try to multiply na kaagad 4 times 3 and tsaka 1 times 2. Or you can have 4 times 1 and then 3 times 2. Pwede rin yun. So, pwede, kung ano man yung gusto nyo. Kaya 8 times 3 and then 1 times 1 or 1 times 8 and then 3 times 1. Pwede rin din yun. So, dito, since ako ang gumawa, so I choose this one. Kasi bakit? Wala naman ibang factors yung 3 kundi 3 and 1. So, ang ginawa ko lang, I just simply multiply 4 and 3 and then 4 times 3 ko is 12. 2 times 1 ko is 2. So, I have 12 and 2. But dito, negative 10. So, pag sinabtract ko yung 12 minus 2, I have 10. Nagets nyo ba? So, pwedeng ganun na style. So, gagawin ko, simple lang. I have 4x minus 3 kasi negative eh. So, pag minultiply ko yung 4x ko kay negative 3, I have now negative 12. So, pag minultiply ko yung 2x kay 1, I have positive 2x. So, if I have negative 12x and I have positive 2x, syempre hindi naman sila magkapareho ng sign. I have to subtract them. So, 12 minus 2 is 10. Since ang pinakamalaking value is 12, i-carry ko kung ano yung sign na meron siya. Since negative ang meron siya, i-carry ko yun. So, negative 10x ang meron. Okay? So, yan lang. So, paano ba natin hanapin answer? Okay, answer. Paano ba? 8x squared minus 10x minus 3 is equal to 4x plus 1, 2x minus 3. Sir, bakit naging ganyan ang ano mo? Kasi syempre, yung 4x ko, hindi ko naman pwedeng ilagay yung 4x minus 3 kasi hindi ko naman pwedeng i-multiply yung, hindi ko siya ma-multiply yung negative 3 kay 4. So, I have to separate both of them. Okay? So, yung 1 na i-multiply ko kay 2x, inilagay ko kay 4x. At yung 2x, yung minultiply ko kay negative, kay 4x, yun ang inilagay ko kay 2x. So, that's how you find the factor of a certain polynomials. I hope na medyo may naiintindihan kayo. Pero kung wala, balik-balikan nyo lang to so that you can understand. Okay? Now, let's proceed. Case number 3. Okay, so paano pag ganito? Ako, Sir Mark, medyo lumalaki-laki na ang number natin. Actually, this is easy. Madali lang to. Huwag niyong isiping mahirap. Yan ang problema eh. Pag nakita natin may medyo komplikado ang problem, we just try to sink in into our brain. Hindi ko kaya. The tendency is your brain will stop to work. But if you see this kind of problem, the next thing you do, there's always a solution behind this. And then your brain will start to work. Okay? Hindi na siya mag-i-stop. Will start to work na. Okay. So, paano bang gagawin natin? Step 1, find the factors of the constant. So, ano yung constant? Pag sinabi kong constant, these are the numbers inside the polynomials na kung saan walang variables. So, wala namang iba kundi 6. So, ano ba yung factor ng 6? I have positive and negative 1, positive negative 2, positive negative 3, positive negative 6. Sir, ba't parang ang dami naman yata? Bakit may positive and negative pa? Simple lang yan. Yung 1, okay? If I try to multiply positive 1 sa positive 6, I have 6. If I try to multiply negative 1 to negative 6, I have still positive 6. Bakit? Negative times negative is positive. Pero hindi ko pwede siyempre i-multiply yung 1 kay 3, 1 kay 2, or 2 kay 6, 3 kay 6. No, it can't be. So you have to be selective. Okay? So ganun din kay 2 tsaka kay 3. So positive 2, positive 3, positive 6. Negative 2, negative 3, positive 6. Okay? So yan yung mga factors constant. So since na-identify ko yung factors of constant, the next step is trial and error. So I have to use trial and error, but this time, I'm using synthetic division. So kung hindi mo naintindihan yung synthetic division dun sa long division method na meron tayo, you will find hard in solving this one. But if you actually gauge this one, kung di mo pa naiintindihan to, balikan mo yon. Pero kung naiintindihan mo to, well, it's good for you because madali lang to para sa'yo. Okay, so ang goal natin is to have a remainder of 0. Okay, bakit remainder? Kasi we are looking for factors. Di ba yung factor theorem natin? If p of x is equal to 0, therefore, that divisor is a factor of a quotient. So, ibig sabihin of a dividend. So, ibig sabihin, we are looking for the remainder 0 para ma-consider natin factors. Okay? Now, let's proceed. Let's work with the synthetic. So, since positive 1, gawa tayo ng 1, and then identify natin yung numerical coefficient. Ilagay natin in a horizontal form. So, yung x cubed may 1, may negative 2 tayo sa x squared, may negative 5 tayo sa x, at meron tayong positive 6. Okay, so the same process pa rin. Yung first term, bring down lang natin, and then multiply natin dun sa naka-separate na positive 1. So I have 1 times 1, so 2 tayo. So negative 2, negative 1, this is negative 1. 1 times negative 1, negative 1 pa rin. Negative 5, negative 1, negative 6. Negative 1 multiplied by 1 is negative 6. 6 minus 6 plus negative 6 is equal to 0. Okay, let's have negative 1. So negative 1, okay, lagay. The same process lang din. Paulit-ulit lang naman to eh. Okay, so you have 1. So this is negative 1, negative 3, multiplied by negative 1, positive 3 na yun. So negative 5 plus 3, that is negative 2. Negative 1 multiplied by negative 2 is positive 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. Another, 2 naman tayo. Okay, so positive 2, I have 1, negative, negative, and then positive. So bring down. So I have 1, and then 0. Diba? Negative 2 plus 2, that is 0 already. So this is 0, negative 5. Negative 5, positive 2, the multiply natin is negative 10. So this is negative 4. Again, negative 2 tayo. So 1, negative 2, negative 5, 6. So this is the positive 1, bring down. So negative 2 multiplied by negative 2, wala pa pala. Add natin lang. So negative 4. So negative 2 multiplied by negative 4, positive 8. So negative 5 and positive 8 is positive 3. And negative 2 multiplied by 3, that is negative 6. So that is equal to 0. The last one, at 3 muna natin. Okay, 3. So 1, ganun pa rin. So 1, okay, 3 times 1, 3, negative 2 plus 3, you have 1, 3 times 1, you have 3, negative 5 plus 3, you have negative 2, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, so you have your 0. Okay, next is negative 3. So ganun pa rin, bring down pa rin yung 1. So you have negative 2, negative 3 is negative 5, so you have positive 15. So negative 5 plus 15, so that is positive 10, and then multiply natin, you have negative 30, and then this is negative 24. Okay, so we stop there. Sir, bakit ang next step meron pa tayong 6? The reason why I stop is because I analyzed first the equation. Notice that 2 and 5. So ibig sabihin, the equation has no factor of 6 at all. Okay? Kasi masyadong maliit lang naman yung 2 tsaka yung 5 eh. So naglalaro lang yan it's either 1, 2, or 3. Okay? So sometimes you have to deal with that. Isa pang indicator na meron tayo is ito. Try to take a look on this one. I hope you see my cursor here. So yung x cube. So yung cube natin, the highest degree, it actually determines how many factors na meron tayo. Okay? So yan yung isang clue. So kung tatlo yan, matik na yan na meron tayong tatlong factors dito na binomial. Tatlong binomial yan. Pinag-multiply. Ganun lang kasimple yan. Alright. Since our main goal is to find the remainder 0, so hanapin natin dito sa mga pinagagawa natin kung ano yung mga remainder 0. Okay, so since we have 0, okay, therefore 1 is considered to be a factor ng ating given x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6. Yung negative 1, since 8, so hindi siya. Okay? Yung negative 4, of course, hindi rin siya. But yung 0 sa negative 2, well, that is correct. Okay? At syempre, 0 sa positive 3 is also correct. But negative 24, syempre, sorry, hindi siya. So we have 1, negative 2, and positive 3. So, anong gagawin natin sa kanila? Let's have step 3. We will equate this one to 0. So, paano ba mag-equate? Since the roots na meron tayo are 1, negative 2, and 3. So, gagawin lang natin yung x is equal to 1. Ganun lang kasimple. And then we try to move that x on the other side. Or simply subtract negative 1. Okay, so negative 1. Bakit? Para magawa natin 0 because we're equating this one to 0. Para yung 1 minus 1 is 0 na yun. So I have x minus 1 is equal to 0. That's how you equate, okay, the roots of 1. How about the roots of negative 2? Okay, simple lang yan. So since negative 2, mag-a-add ako ng dalawa. Siyempre, mag-a-add din ako ng dalawa sa kabilang sides para magkaroon ako ng 0. That's how I equate negative 2. How about equate number 3? Positive 3. So the same with positive 1. So negative 3, and then 0. So I have x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now, since I have x minus 3, so x minus 1, x plus 2, x minus 3 is actually step 4 natin, factors na yan. So, x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6 has a factor of x minus 1, syempre, x plus 2, and x minus 3. So, you notice, yung ating definition dito, yung binigay kong style sa inyo, kung ano yung nakakalagay dito, number of highest degree, it also determines the number of factors na meron tayo. So you have x minus 1, x plus 2, and x minus 3. I hope this one nakatulong sa inyo to discuss further about this, how to factor the polynomials. Okay? So, you go directly, pag nakita kayo na sobrang laki na, well, if you have trinomials, madali lang naman. So, always remember, if there's a constant of, dun sa last part, yung constant natin, and the first numerical coefficient, hahanapin nyo lang ng factors. Well, good for you if the numerical coefficient is only 1. Wala na kayong hahanapin na factors sa leading coefficient. You will focus much more on the constant. But, pagdating na dito sa trinomial, as a x to the power of 3, okay, naging quadrinomial na to. So, ibig sabihin, that's the time na you will do the synthetic division. But before doing synthetic division, babalikan nyo muna yung constant na meron tayo, ano yung mga factors ng constant. And both, because of the constant, doon kayo magde-derive ngayon kung ano yung i-divide nyo doon sa synthetic division natin. Okay? I hope you learned this lesson a lot. Actually, napaka-enjoyable ng lesson na to. And it needs hard work. Okay? So, let's do the checking kung talagang tama nga yung ginawa natin. Kasi yung iba kasi, sigurado ba yan? Totoo ba yan? So, kailangan nating alamin muna kung paano. So, by means of checking, simple lang gagawin natin. We just simply multiply x minus 1, x plus 2, 2x minus 3. Ganun lang kasimple. So, let's have x minus 1, x plus 2. So, ganyan yung pag-check. So, you have x squared, and then x times x plus x multiplied by 2, negative 1 na x. So you have x squared plus 2x plus negative x plus negative 2. So that will serve as negative x, negative 2 na already. Okay? So pagsamahin natin yung magkakaparehas. So magkaparehas lang naman dito yung 2x tsaka x because of variables and also the exponent na meron sila as 1. So 2x minus x is equals to x. Okay, if you see that kind of product already, that's the time na we will multiply x squared plus x minus 2 kay x minus 3. So, multiply natin. Ganyan na, umaba na siya. So, this is x cubed. Okay, ganyan na ang nalabas. So, positive, negative. Notice bakit negative 2x squared na yan. Kasi positive x squared minus 3x squared. So, meaning I have negative 2x. Bakit negative 5x? Negative 3x and then negative 2x, I have negative 5x. So, if you try to analyze, lumabas na yung mismong equation natin sa checking pa lang natin. So, pag naging pareho, magkamukha na sila, it means that x minus 1, x plus 2, x minus 3 is a factor of x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6. Okay, yung iba hindi naman nire-record na mag-check, but at least you know how to do the checking with you. Okay? So, gaya na sinasabi ko, we are done with the lesson. Again, pag hindi naintindihan, repeat lang. Parating tingnan lang, makinig lang tayo, manood, at makinig. At syempre, gawin din natin yung part natin as a student. So I hope you learn a lot from this lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this one para ma-notify kayo sa mga susunod pa na video na meron tayo. Okay? I hope to see you in the next lesson vlog. See you guys. God bless.